Hi, welcome back to my channel. And I'm kind of ready to admit a couple of harsh truths about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let's get into it, y'all. Okay, so as many of you already know, Real Housewives of Atlanta used to be that girl, okay? RHOA used to be that girl. She used to get about 4 million views, and now we're struggling to maintain the 1 million, viewers. And I'm kind of tired of people talking about, production. We need to fire production. We need a new production company. We need, a lot of girls don't have cable no more. A lot of people don't have cable, so we're not watching it live. People are streaming and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, miss me with that, okay? I'm sorry. I know if you really believe that, then, whatever. I feel like Jersey has maintained their viewership. If a lot of people canceled cable, which a lot of people have, why is Jersey able to maintain their views? The views on Beverly Hills have gone up. So a while back, I'm not really sure of the timeline, but Carlos King did say on, I think, his podcast about one of the reasons he wanted to leave Real Housewives of Atlanta is that the girls didn't want to open up no more. They didn't want to share. They didn't want to share their real lives. And he was like, he knew it wasn't going to work. And I'm starting to believe that what he said was true. Like, I really am. I mean, think about it. The first season, you had Nene. Nene took a DNA test and found out her daddy wasn't her daddy. The girls not doing that no more. The girls, not that I need to know your personal business like that, but the girls are not as willing to share. They don't want to share. I feel like everybody want to be Candy. No shade to Candy, but Candy is kind of like that neutral girl. Like she's, she'll throw her little shade here and there, but overall, Candy is the well-liked character. She's the one everyone wants to be friends with. Everybody wants to cozy up to Candy. She promotes her businesses. She shows a little bit of her mama, her family, but she has like what you would call the soft edit on RHOA. And I feel like the other girls want that too. And it's kind of like, that ain't gonna work. It ain't working. You got Sonya and Candy pretty much playing the same role. And now you got Kenya kind of playing that same role. And it's just like, the cast is not balanced. You need different girls that bring different, that fulfill different roles. And we don't have that on this show. Last season, everybody was upset when, I think it was Kenya. Kenya revealed that there was this big blow up between Candy and Portia went to production and made sure that they wouldn't show it. And that was the reason why season 13 wasn't good. And I'm pretty sure we would have enjoyed watching the blow up. I'm sure we would have. But I don't agree. I don't agree that that's the reason why the entire season sucked, because they didn't show us one scene of Portia and Candy arguing. Candy and Portia having an argument at one event was not going to make the entire season good. That math don't math to me. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I just don't. And I know a lot of y'all were mad about the seating arrangements at the reunion. Y'all were mad that Marlo and Sheree got first chairs. But then it was kind of like, who else was going to get it if it wasn't them? The whole 2 parts so far have been mainly about Sheree and Marlo. Marlo, Sheree. They asked Candy, what, 1 question? She chimed in on Marlo's segment. She wasn't going to get first chair, clearly. Because, what did we talk about with Candy? We talked about her estate planning, and we talked about her doing her plays, right? And then her doing another play. She wasn't going to get first chair. No shade. Kenya. What did we talk about with Kenya? Okay, we did, 2 episodes about Kenya Moore hair care. She helped Sheree with her fashion show. And so neither one of them were going to get first chair. I know y'all love Kenya and Candy, but it wasn't going to happen. And then we have Drew and Sonya. Sonya, no. We're not even going to get into that. No. Drew Drew definitely had drama, but a lot of her drama was fake. A lot of her drama was contrived. So she wasn't going like who else was gonna get first chair? I'm sorry, I get the reunion is not doing what it normally does. But what else was gonna happen? They're just it is what it is. If more had happened in the season, it would have been a better reunion. If the other ladies had brought more, maybe they would have had first chair. But yeah, people was being mad at Sheree and Marlo, and I understand it's good to have faves and all of that. But who else was gonna be in the first two seats? Who? Who and why? But yeah, season 14 is what happens when you get rid of everybody that you don't like. I'm sorry. A lot of people were like, oh, Marlo has to go. Marlo needs to go. And Marlo has irked me this season. I was rooting for Marlo. I was really rooting for Marlo. And I'm still rooting for her at the end of the day. But if you get rid of Marlo, y'all do realize that Kenya is going to have to be the villain again, right? Like, a lot of people are like, Marlo has to go, take her peach, give it to Eva, or like, I mean, it's not just gonna be Candy, Kenya, Drew, and then bring on more people that love Kenya and Candy. That's why the show boring now. That's why we are yawning at season 14, because y'all wanna bring in everybody that loves Candy. And that's good for Candy, but it's not good for the show. Like, let's be real. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, Portia's not gonna be here this season, so Kenya's gonna get her soft edit. She's gonna be liked. And she really did get, you know, her public approval ratings up. She really did. But the show is suffering. Not saying I want to see Kenya, you know, attacked and bullied and picked on. I don't want that for her. But I'm just saying it's kind of like, this is what, we know what the show is. You got to have opponents. The show can't just be your fave and then everybody else on the cast kissing up to them. That's why we bored now. It's not going to work. It's not. I even saw somewhere where someone was saying, oh, take Marlo's peach and give it to Mayetta. Okay. So that's when that really started to irritate me. Because I like Mayetta, don't get me wrong. I do like Mayetta. But Mayetta didn't give us nothing. Mayetta, you are acting like Cherie. Like you were barely there. Your presence wasn't felt. It wasn't. And so I just think, you didn't make no impact. We're going to make you a full-time peach. Somebody said that you was going to be another Candy yes man. And she definitely was. Because she was at the Drop It With Drew event. Candy left. And then she confronted the group about what was said about Candy, and it just didn't land. It just felt so weird. It was just like, yeah, Mayetta, girl. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. It wasn't. But yeah, I believe it was Jay's reality blog that posted Mayetta possibly getting a peach and that Neo would be interested in filming with her, and that shit pissed me off. I didn't even know I cared that much. That shit irked my nerve. That irritated me. Mayetta. And see, this is what I'll be saying, that a lot of these girls that join Housewives, they don't understand Housewives. It's like, I don't think she really watched the show that well, because you're thinking you know what we want, and we don't want Neo. We don't want that. You have a whole husband that so many of the viewers were saying, oh my God, Mayetta's husband was so funny. He was laughing. He was getting his life when they was throwing shade and da-da-da-da-da. Mayetta's husband, he's so unproblematic. Like, people were fanning over your husband. People loved your husband. Why the hell would you say, oh yeah, and Neo's interested in filming too? Unless Neo is bringing Crystal and going to be real, we don't want it. We don't want to see your ex baby daddy, fiance, whatever you call him. We don't want to see that. The thing with Neo for me is, okay, you're getting a divorce from your wife, right? You mistreated her in your marriage, according to her. You cheated on her multiple times with many women, unprotected. You had a baby. You're supposedly, allegedly having another baby on her. You don't want to pay child support. You don't want to pay spousal support. And now you want to silence her. You have asked the judge to pretty much put a gag order on her so that she can no longer speak on you and tell the world what you did to her and what she's experiencing at your hands. You want to silence her, but then you also want to come and clean up your image on a platform that's primarily supported by women. See, I don't like that. Something about that really, really got under my skin. I did not like that. Go on somebody else's platform and go give them your, go give them your good dad act over there. We don't want it over here. And the fact that Mayetta would think that we would want to see him on this show, it really got on my, like, that make me right there. I don't trust your judgment, and I don't really want to see you. Like, if you come back as a guest, maybe a friend of, I ain't gonna care too much, but a peach, I don't want that. I'm sorry, Mayetta, girl. I mean, you probably don't owe Crystal much of anything, because the word on the curb is that Crystal was messing with him when y'all were still together, even though Crystal said that wasn't true and you didn't correct her when y'all was on the real. But, there has been little things that I've seen on social media over the years. So you probably don't owe Miss Crystal much of anything. But yes, really, girl? You think the rest of us want to see this man on this show so he can clean up his attitude? No. No. We don't want it. We don't want it. And that's how we know you're not going to make a housewife that we want to be full-time. You're not going to, No. Like, really, Mayetta? Like, I don't know. Like, But yeah, I'm sorry. I know that she cool with Kandi. I know that her and Kenya have become really close, I believe, behind the scenes. But yeah, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for her. And even if it wasn't the Neo thing, I'm still wouldn't be here for Mayetta being full-time. Like, keep her around as a guest, as a friend, maybe. But I wouldn't be here for her full-time. I feel like we have to grow up and understand that everybody on the cast can't be people we like. Everybody loves to talk about how Kenya and Portia, it brought a new dynamic to RHOA, and it did. I mean, everybody talks about season 6, right? Season 6 was really good. Why was it good? Because you had Nene, you had Kandi, you had Phaedra, you had Portia, you had Kenya, you had Cynthia. Each of these women brought something to the show. This season, you had everybody pretty much kissing Kenya and Kandi's ass. Like, that makes it for a good experience for Kandi and Kenya, but it makes the show dull. It makes it not give. It's bland. Your faves need an opponent. They do. That's what makes the show spicy. That's what we've been liking. I understand everybody want to have a nice, easy seasons once in a while, but the cast need to wake up. We need to wake this show back up. Drew and her fake storylines and her Tyler Perry scripts is not going to cut it. Because Drew fake as hell. I'm sorry. Drew and her fake Tampa line and the 1,000,001 assistants and fake massages that never took place, and from an assistant you can't even remember her name. I can't with Drew and all of that. Sonya, you have a beautiful family, okay? Y'all look great. Mama look good. Daddy look good. Child is beautiful. Husband is handsome. Sister is beautiful. Nephews are beautiful. Your brother-in-law, I don't do him. So I kind of feel like with Sonya, it's cool that her family unit, that they're really close and they love each other. That's great. I think I would have liked to see Sonya and her sister film. I think giving us the entire family, it was a bit much. It gave me, and this is one of the reasons that turned me off on Sonya, it made me feel like Sonya brought her family on so that everybody could get a little bit of this platform and run with it, right? Everybody here, you get a little bit of the platform. Here you get some platform. Here you get this. Like, that's what she came on the show to do, to secure the bag for the family. And I understand, but you made our show boring. Like, that's why I ain't really feeling it. Why did your brother-in-law need to make an appearance? I'm still confused by that. It was giving very much Kyle and Mauricio, the agency. That's why you brought him on the show, because you wanted to give him a little, here's a little platform for you in your real estate. Because your husband posted something about that earlier this season. I saw it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's why they brought him onto the show. See, as much as people don't like Nene, as much as people are irritated with Nene, one thing you got to give credit where credit is due. With Nene, why she will forever be the queen is she did what was best for the show. She did not get along with Kenya, but she always would say, Kenya is great for the show. She did not get along with Claudia, but she told them, give Claudia the peach, not Demetria. So that's one thing that I don't know that the girls on the show currently, I don't feel like they doing that. I'm gonna be real. I don't feel like the girls on the show right now are doing that. Like, I just don't. Kenya's saying to bring back Eva. Eva's another yes man. She's going to do whatever you and Candy say. What's the difference of having Eva and Drew? I mean, I would definitely pick Eva over Drew, but really, I don't like neither one of them. And I loved Eva before RHOA. But all that backpedaling and lying, I couldn't do it. I can't do Eva. But I would definitely do Eva over Drew. But I feel like they both can't be there at the same time. I'm sorry. Monyetta, absolutely not. At least Sonya, she gonna fight with the girls. But I really feel like you need the people on the show that you don't always like. You just do. Portia, like I said, Portia was my favorite. She really irritated me before season 13. So I really not here for Portia. But I do think she needs to bring her ass back to RHOA. I do. I think she needs to bring her ass back to RHOA with the quickness. Because y'all promised us that season 14 was going to give us old school Atlanta. And it did not. It was boring. It wasn't it. It just was not. And we need less of the husbands and extended family members. I'm sorry, they gotta go. We don't need to see all 9 of your family members on our show. We just don't need to see some of the people on the show. I understand that this platform is almost priceless and everybody want a piece of it, but everybody shouldn't have a piece of it. But yeah, they said everybody coming back for season 15, and I understand why they want to keep the same cast because they're trying to build. You can't keep changing somebody every season. Like, you can't have a new cast every season. I think it took a while for them to pick who they chose, right? They did a lot of testing. They, you know, went through a couple of different people. And so they're going to keep this 6. I don't know if they should. Like, I really want to see Drew gone. I want Drew to leave. And honestly, Sonya can leave too. Sonya has really been like a roller coaster with me. Okay, she came on. I was like, I'm going to give her a chance because I do like Sonya. Before this show ever started, I liked Sonya. So I'm going to give her a chance. I'm not really thinking that she could pull this off, but I'm going to give her a chance. I was cool with her. When she started picking at Drew, I was like, well, I can understand if she don't want to be Drew's friend, whatever. And then when her mama was going off on Drew, talking about some, you missed the cooking. And then she was telling her in the store, Drew don't want none of this. I didn't like that. When she had her mama, daddy, and sister, they all sit in a circle talking bad about Drew. I didn't like that. And that made me really I wasn't feeling Sonya for a minute. I really wasn't. That didn't sit right with me. I don't like that. Don't bring your mama on the show or your family members on the show to bully the other cast members, because everybody got somebody. Now, if Drew bring her mama on the show and they start talking about you, it's gonna turn into a different show. As much as I love Mama Joyce, that's the one thing that she used to do that I didn't like. Don't bring your mama on the show to bully nobody else. I don't like that. Cause if this one bring her mama, she bring her ghetto auntie, this one got a crazy ass cousin, and this, now what kind of show are we watching? So yeah, Sonya really turned me off when it came to that. But I will say this. One of my fellow YouTubers and Twitter mutuals, L-Train, posted a clip of Sonya explaining, well, giving a much better explanation to what her issues were with Drew. And pretty much what she was saying, because it was, I think, on Speak On It with Candy, and then another Speak On It with Don Juan and DJ A. I think that's who it was. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But she was pretty much saying how before the season started, she and Drew were, you know, talking, and Drew was telling her, like, you know, it's really hard dealing with this group. You know, I feel like they didn't get to really know me, the real me. They have the wrong idea and perception of me. And so she felt like, oh, well, I can kind of help you with that. You know, we can do it. You know, we can have a better situation this season. And then when the camera started rolling, she saw another side of Drew, and she's like, oh, this is what they're seeing. This is why they ain't feeling you like that. And she felt like, oh, well, let me let Drew know, like, girl, this is how you coming off. Drew flipped that situation and made it seem like, oh, she mad at me for nothing. And I was like, that makes a little bit more sense. But it still doesn't explain why you, your mama, your daddy, your sister had to sit in a circle and talk about Drew. That part still, you know, it's like, girl, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that. So honestly, Sonya can go. Sonya could go. Drew could go. The only reason I would want to keep Sonya is because I know that they're going to keep Marlo. And I feel like I want to see what Sonya and Marlo's friendship, if it grows, or if the same thing that she's always done with everybody else, if that's what happens. I'm curious to see that. Because I really feel like Sonya and Ross really like Marlo. So and it doesn't feel like, you know, we're just going to be cool with her because she's on the show. It seemed like they really do like Marlo. So I am curious to see how that relationship goes. That would be the only reason why I want to keep Sonya. Other than that, honestly, sis, I love you, but you can really go. You can really go. Because I don't know if you cut out for this housewife life. Like, you look like you wanted to cry several times during the reunion. And girl, it's like you really wasn't even in the hot seat or nothing. Stand up. We know Candy not going nowhere. We know Kenya not going nowhere. And it looks like Sheree's coming back. And honestly, I know a lot of y'all don't like Sheree, but I like Sheree. Like, I think, you know, people like she's a scammer. She might be. She ain't the only one, but you know, she not. But I definitely think Drew be scamming. I definitely believe she be scamming because they showed in the clip where they were saying she didn't pay everybody, but you know, they didn't show that during the season, and I don't know why they didn't, but whatever. But I think we know for sure that they're keeping the vets. They're keeping Sheree, Candy, Kenya, and Marlo. They're keeping Marlo. I think that they are. She's the only one willing to go against the others. So I feel like they're going to keep Marlo. I done said it, and I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I really think that they should bring Tamika Foster Raymond on this show. She is good TV. That is somebody that I have followed for years on different platforms. I love me some Tamika. I really, really do. And we don't need to see Usher. Okay, this is not the same way I don't want to see Neo. I don't want to see Usher on this show. I want to see these women shine on their own. I think Tamika would be a great addition to the show. I feel like she don't care. She don't give a damn about nothing. I really feel like Tamika gonna come in there and shake the table on RHOA. She really will. I want to see her on this show. Another person I want to see on this show is Ebony Electra. That is Kim Porter's best friend. I think Diddy is also her cousin. But she's like that girl. She was, you know, like the socialite. Like, she that girl for real. She's probably what we wanted to see from Tanya. But she got a little bit more spice to her, a little bit more edge to her. I want her on the show too. And I also said Sheree Buchanan, one of Sheree's good homegirls. She was at Brooklyn's tea party. I think she brought her granddaughter to Brooklyn's tea party. She was in the mix. She used to date Kris Jenner's black boo with the hips. And she messy. She gonna bring her on the show. Y'all need to listen to me. Y'all didn't listen to me last season. Y'all need to listen to me this season. Whoever knows, You know, whoever makes the decisions, if you know the person, share my video to them. They need to listen to me. Bring Cherie Buchanan on the show. Bring Tamika Foster on the show. And bring Ebony Electra. See, Ebony, I don't know if she would want to be full-time. Maybe not even, you know, bring her ass on the show. I don't care if she want to be full-time or not. But bring her on the show. Maybe she could be a guest. You know what I mean? Just spice things up just a little bit. I feel like that's what y'all need to do. Bring on the regular women who have these fabulous lifestyles. Isn't that what the show is about? Bring Tamika on this show. If you don't listen to none of my suggestions, bring Tamika Foster on this show. She gonna wake Candy up. And I don't want to see them fighting. Like, I don't want to see it get to that. But I feel like she gonna wake Candy up. She gonna bring Candy catty side out. She gonna bring some things out of Miss Candy Burris, okay? It ain't gonna be nasty like what Marlo did. But I feel like we already know y'all not getting rid of the 6. Even though y'all need to really think about getting rid of Drew. But add Tamika to that cast. And Tamika has some connection to Sheree. She knows Candy. I'm sure her and Marlo have crossed some type of paths because they all live in Atlanta. Bring Tamika on this damn show. Y'all don't want 4 million views like y'all used to get. Y'all may never get that again. Y'all may never get the 4 million views, but you might get 2. If you're not going to bring back the queen, if you're not going to bring back Nene, cast Tamika. Because Mayetta, I know Mayetta's in the same circle with Tamika and them and Cherie Buchanan and Sheree. Mayetta belongs to that circle of friends as well. But she not the girl y'all need. Y'all need to bring, and y'all can bring Mayetta as a guest, okay? She can come along. She can come to the parties. She can come to events. But y'all need Tamika. She gonna give us, you know, them antics that we've been needing. I need Tamika to be on this show. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really wanted to say. I just want them to make RHOA, you know, that girl like she used to be. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Oh, and share my video. If you know the people that know some people that know some people, share my video. All right.